Number 5 allows for underbidding. What does that mean? The county and state contracts are a bid to bid process, which a lot of people are bid process, but they allow people to bid less than the actual estimated value of the job. What does that mean? That means that even if the county suspects that the person who won the contract cannot perform the work for the respective price that they've offered the government, they will still push forward with the project anyways. I don't understand how that makes sense to anyone out there. If you've watched my latest video where I talked about that proposal going over to Nigeria, I shared with you guys my thought process on putting a bid together. And if you didn't watch that, take a look. And it is, I think I released it this week or last week. It's where I go in and I say the thought process of putting a bid together, an RFP together, and what kind of my ideas behind it. You don't want to get into a situation where, because you're so desperate for a project, so desperate for a job and to work for the government, that you take on something that is going to put you at a disadvantage or cause you to even risk losing money. You don't want to do that. It's not worth it. Especially for those of us starting out, we don't have any money to lose, so we don't want to put ourselves at a disadvantage right out the gate. All right. But at the county and state levels, they allow people to bid projects for less money than it costs to provide the materials. And they know this, and they still permit companies to do those projects, or at least go through the exercise of giving them a contract and watching them fail or underperform or not perform, and just basically delaying the process and taking up space, and in my opinion, wasting everyone's time. And I don't like being in that circuit. So if you don't want to be in that circuit, then consider some of these things we're talking about. Number 6, they award projects without securing funding. This is really scary to me. You know, at the federal arena, they implement a policy, and I'm not sure how far back it goes, but they implemented a policy many, many years ago that stated that they cannot issue a contract, a solicitation for a contract, unless the funding has already been allocated for that project. If you go on FedBizOps, like many of you guys do on FedBizOps, if you're on FedBizOps, sometimes you'll see solicitations that says, this is not an RFP, this is just for information purposes, and it will state no funding has been allocated for this project yet. So if again, those types of things give you comfort, because you know that if you win a contract, you don't have to worry about the money. The money is already allocated, it's sitting there, and they can go ahead and once you complete whatever your scope of services are, they'll go ahead and cut you a check or wire you the money on the job. So again, whereas on the smaller municipalities, they don't have those same policies. So they will, if they have a project that needs to get accomplished, they'll put the project out there and not have any idea of how they're going to pay for it or fund it. And I just find that to be preposterous, because you end up going out there, winning the project, doing the work, putting your money, resources, supplier credit, your personal credit, lines of credit, monies borrowed from friends and family and fools. You put all this stuff on the line, and you have no way of getting it back. And the only answer they tell you is, well, we're sorry, we're trying to get the funding right now to pay you for the job. Well, that doesn't help me. I mean, I'm already vested. I've already got everything on the line. You guys have got, your products, you've got your materials, you've got your stuff, your building was built. And so how does that benefit me at this point where I'm at, where people now, I had to pay my employees, and my suppliers are calling me. How does that help me? So, that's something to be aware of.